Mr. Joe Sanjay Chap Barde. He is from Bombay. Yeah, he's from Bombay. I once again thank you all for coming and make this event successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, once again, welcome. Thank you for being here. And before we get into this, I'd like to thank Musee Musicals, all you guys, they've been wonderful. And Furtado's, that's a music store in Bombay, and also Pune and various other cities. And also Mapex Drums, because that's the drum kit I use, and they're the ones that send me on these clinics. Having said that, good to have you here. And how many of you are drummers? Oh, lovely, lots of drummers, yeah. Great, excellent, okay. I think most of you are actually studying drums, right here? Yes. That's very good, okay. It's great because I'm going to start, as you know, this workshop is called the Fundamental Drum Workshop. And fundamental obviously means something that's basic, something that's, you know, the foundation. Fundamentals, basics, very important, and it's great that you guys are learning the right way. So let's start off. First, just let's talk about the key elements of music. You guys are all, you know, going to be future musicians. Some of you guys already are. So, performing musicians. So when you are a musician, you are dealing with music, and you have to understand what the key elements of music are, right? So the way I see it, there are two key elements, basic elements, okay? One is pitch and one is time, yeah? By pitch I mean the highness or lowness of a sound, okay? So if I was playing a keyboard or a pitched instrument, so this would be a pitch, yeah? This would be a pitch lower, this would be a pitch higher, right? But they're all different pitches. So if I play whatever, if I play, they're all different pitches, right? So that's one element, that's one aspect. Similarly in drums, it's obviously not a pitch instrument per se. We don't have tones, but we do have timbres, we do have, so obviously this is higher, right? Lower and even lower, right? Yeah, then you have the high end, or, so these are all pitches that you're playing, and that's one of the key elements of music. The other element is time, okay? As drummers, you'll always hear people saying that, you know, you have to have good timing, right? Your time has to be solid, and this drummer's time is not so good. So there's always this word, you know, being thrown at you as a drummer. And rightly so, because as a drummer, your most important role is to keep time, okay? The rest of the band relies on you, depends on you for time. Okay, by time I mean your tempo, yeah, how you maintain the, you know, the tempo or the speed, or just the time in a song or in a piece, right? You don't want to kind of start at one tempo and then halfway through go somewhere else and then again come back slow. That doesn't work, right? Anyone listening to you or the band knows that, okay, this is not solid. You have to feel that time. We drummers try and build what is known as an internal clock, okay? Something that where you feel the time, where you feel the groove, and you kind of stick with it, yeah? It's called playing in the pocket, it's called playing with like solid groove, okay? So that's one of the most important aspects that a drummer should work on. All you drummers, you know, it's great to work on everything else, but time is your main, you know, thing to worry about, okay? Now time has certain aspects to it. One is, of course, as I said, the tempo of a piece, yeah? Then as drummers, we get to play around with time, which means we get to, within, say, a tempo, within, okay, this is your tempo. We get to play around with it. We get to kind of do our rolls, we get to play our grooves, we get to, you know, I don't know if you've heard of the term, has anyone of you, I'm sure you have, But odd note groupings, are you familiar with odd note groupings? Okay, which means that if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you subdivide it into 16 parts, you have the freedom or you have the liberty as a drummer to kind of group those, 16 notes in different kind of combinations, and that's what makes it interesting. Okay, you can have 5 and 5, that's 10, and then you can have 3 and 3, that's 16. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? And that would make 16, correct? So that, as drummers, you have that liberty, right? To play around with time, to make things interesting. So that's the other aspect of time. The other elements, I'm going to sit for a bit. The other elements, you guys can all hear me, right? Yeah. So the other elements, which I call aesthetic elements or stylistic elements of music, are dynamics. You must have heard that term as well. Relevance and form. Okay, FORM, form. So what do these mean? Dynamics basically again has various aspects to it. It could mean the softness or the loudness of a piece. Okay, within a piece you can play softly, you can play loudly, you can in the same passage you can have some parts that are louder and some parts that are softer. Yeah.